Thank you so much. It is a joy to have you with us every year. Let's give it up for Ms. Alam Tsahai Warajo. Can you raise your hands if this is the first time that you've been to a SEED event? All right. All right. Can you raise your hand if you've been to a SEED event? All right. It's almost half and half. Well, I welcome all of you on behalf of our chairman and our board. We are so excited to be here after 25 years. So many of us in this room grew up with this organization. I'm one of them. I could not be more happy to stand here 25 years later to see all the wonderful accomplishments we've made. Every year you hear me get on stage and I tell you how much I love being here because I have the distinguished honor to introduce to you amazing graduating high school seniors. So this is one of my favorite parts, not because I'm on the microphone, but I hope you like it. But because I'm about to tell you why you and your children should be inspired to be Ethiopian American, to work hard, do well in school, to give back to your community. And so without further ado, I have 4 distinguished honorees to present to you. First, I want to give a special recognition to Rahel Bogosian. Her family is here, but she is actually graduating from Harvard Law School and in Boston. She grew up with this organization as a young lady, and she was a managing editor of the Harvard Civil Rights Law Review. She would be here tonight. We can give her a hand for that. Following in the footsteps of Mr. President Barack Obama, not bad. So she has done amazing work for the Judiciary Committee in the U.S. Congress, the Office of the U.S. Attorney in the state of Massachusetts. She's worked for Planned Parenthood. She's done amazing things, and she wrote a compelling diversity statement about how, as a young child, the teachers used to call her Rachel. And she would tell her parents that, maybe she should just change her name to Rachel instead of Rahel. But in her statement, she says, quote, "In time, SEED taught me, a first-generation Ethiopian American, what was absent from the mainstream discourse in Ethiopia, the richness of our history, traditions, and most importantly, our people. I had never seen anyone like the honorees, and doing so was critical to who I would become." And at the end of her statement, she says, with honor and dignity, she's happy to have the name Rahel because of what SEED meant to her in terms of her identity over time. So we want to thank her. All right, and now without further ado, I'm going to introduce to you all 4 of the honorees standing to my left. And so if Mr. Teferi Danyacho Tadessa could please stand. Mr. Tadessa is a graduating senior from Upper Darby High School in Drexel Hill, Pennsylvania, who has been on the honor roll from freshman to senior year, receiving A's in courses like AP History, Psychology, AP US Government, and French 3. His rigorous course load spans from AP Bio to AP Calc, AP European History, and has earned him the respect of his peers and teachers as a member of the National Honor Society. Even his school counselor is impressed with Teferi, constantly raising the bar of achievements for himself with a strong desire to become a physician to help his community. His counselor says, quote, "He sets high expectations for himself, owning the American dream as his, considering the dream is the reason his parents immigrated to America. Even beyond Teferi's relentless efforts to achieve his dreams, Teferi is a disciplined musician, having played in his school's award-winning marching band, concert choir, and orchestra all 4 years." You can give it up for that. You got talent, we're not mad at you. With aspirations to go to medical school, Teferi has used his spare time to volunteer at Delaware County Memorial Hospital, but perhaps most impressive is Teferi's dedication to his church, where he has regularly attended since the age of 4. At Debre Ganet Qudus Emmanuel Ethiopian Orthodox Church. And where he now serves as deacon, or as you all, and we all say, diakon. Teferi has dedicated countless hours to church, showing up early before others and doing whatever it takes to ensure a strong and vibrant church community. And yes, Teferi is also fluent in Amharic. With his passion for medicine, Teferi Danyacho Tadessa will be majoring in biology this fall, where he will attend Boston University. Let's give it up for Mr. Teferi Danyacho Tadessa. Thank you. Can I have a seat? Now will Mr. Kirubel Aklilu please stand up? All right. So I read your portfolio, and the first thing that came to mind was AKA STEM Ambassador Extraordinaire, which you'll understand in just a moment. He is a graduating senior from Thomas Jefferson High School of Science and Technology in Alexandria, Virginia. An honors student with a 3.8 GPA, Kirubel has excelled in his classes such as AP Calculus and Computer Science courses, including Artificial Intelligence. With application courses and A+ data structures, where he mastered material and recursion, algorithms, computer programming, and array manipulation. Don't ask me what that all means, but it means you're pretty smart. In fact, Kirubel participated in his first hackathon last summer with fellow coders to build a phone or website application in 24 hours, and he used his senior project this year to develop a mobile household application that simulates So listen to this. This is pretty cool. So this household application that he put together simulates human emotions and responds accordingly. So in other words, he would use facial and emotional recognition to determine the emotion being expressed, and then in the house, the color sort of would change to match the mood that you're feeling, right? Kirubel was part of the Young Scholars Initiative and trained students how to code and encouraged minority students to keep studying STEM. He has dedicated several hours to teaching elementary kids in several different programs throughout the summer and school year. He also has held teaching booths every year at Techstravaganza and has done everything from teach young students how different solutions conduct electricity to training in genetics. And now you're probably thinking, of course, oh, he must be one of those nerdy tech types who just studies computer science, but guess what else makes Kirubel amazingly unique? While taking the lead in his role as a model STEM student, Kirubel was not only on the varsity football team, but also an ultimate Frisbee player. Wait, listen, hold your applause, it's a long list. President of the Young Democrats, president of the Black Student Union, representative of the school on the Superintendent Student Advisory Council, and even founded his organization called Hip Hop Heads at the school where he served as president, creating a space to explore the history and impact of hip hop. He told me we were going to do some freestyling after. You know what's up. That's what's going down. Freestyle to celebrate the 25th anniversary. Similar to Mr. Teferi, Kirubel was ordained as a deacon at the age of 9 at Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church. Following in his father and grandfather's footsteps, okay, now this is the kicker, right? I said all that. Kirubel knows how to read and write and speak Amharic and Ge'ez. So that's when you know he is raising the bar pretty high. So very impressive. And next he's going to build a computer software for Ge'ez, probably lying some hip hop tracks on the side. So we got a lot to look forward to. Kirubel's incessant passion for science, technology, math, and engineering, and his many other talents is visceral. He will be taking his talents with him, majoring in computer science at Carnegie Mellon. Let's give it up for Mr. Kirubel Aklilu. Thank you very much. And now will Ms. Diaspora Fakade please stand up? Ms. Fakade is an outstanding graduating senior from Northwood High School in Silver Spring, Maryland. The sister has so many A's on her transcript, you would think it's the only letter in the alphabet. I am not lying to you. The litany of honor courses she has taken began in high school, where she took nothing short of honors and AP courses, whether it was bio, English, algebra, Spanish. Then her sophomore year, AP government, AP psychology, AP Spanish, not to mention the other honor courses. Then on to AP Calc, AP Bio, AP Lit and Comp, AP World History. Then her senior year, AP Chem, AP Statistics, and so on and so forth. She has maxed out on all AP courses available in her high school and has received nothing less than an A. And then I started reading and I think, okay, this must be all you do, right? You just study, you don't really do much else. But no, that's not true. She is a guitarist and singer and was a solo vocalist for Billboard Magic Musical throughout high school, played varsity lacrosse and was captain of the varsity field hockey team, was a member of the Peace Club and debate team, served as a writing tutor, all while being a member of the National Honor Society, the Math Honor Society, and the Minority Scholars Program. And she too is fluent in Spanish and Amharic. Diaspora plans to study political science and economics at the University of Pennsylvania this fall. Please give it up for Ms. Diaspora Fakade. And last but not least, will Ms. Rakab Daniel Mered please stand? Ms. Marriott is a graduating senior from Hayfield High School in Alexandria, Virginia, whose extraordinary academic background and commitment to others led her English department chair to comment that Rakab is one of the best of the class of 2017 as a model student whose commitment to excellence and to others was outstanding. She says, quote, Rakab was also willing to help other students who were struggling. She served as a strong peer editor for the identity essay assignment, the class's major assignment. Rakab holds herself to a high standard. She is willing to work to achieve that standard. Because of her commitment to excellence, she was a model student, end quote. As a member, can clap for that. As a member of the Math Honor Society, the Spanish Honor Society, and Secretary of the National Honor Society, Rakab has outdone herself, earning A's across the board in classes like AP Physics, AP English, AP Biology, AP Government, AP Spanish. This is good for everyone to hear, all the myriad of courses they're taking. Chemistry, Spanish, and more, and she finished with a cumulative GPA of 4.35. What's even more impressive about Rakab is her serious devotion to serving others, and this is why SEED exists. For 4 years throughout high school, she has worked at the Green Sprigs Retirement Community, bonding with senior citizens, or as a volunteer with the hospital Elderly Life Program at Mount Vernon Inova Hospital, or reading books to first graders, or teaching English to Spanish-speaking kids. She somehow managed to also play varsity lacrosse and qualify as a state finalist for the Future Business Leaders of America competition. You're looking at me like, stop talking about me, but I'm not going to stop. She placed 5th in the state in that competition, and it was one of the youngest to ever compete at that level. Finally, what really pulls at your heartstrings is what Rakab wrote in her personal statement for college about her dear cousin Kabeda, whom she looked up to as a brother, and said that he was, quote, perfectly adjusted Ethiopian American, she says. She says, quote, I envied his versatility, his ability to effortlessly lead a life alternating between his Ethiopian and American identities. Unfortunately, her cousin Kabeta, who lived a life of altruism, helping the homeless, paying chess with prison inmates, spending holidays at shelters, and working with orphans in Ethiopia, unfortunately, her cousin, passed away last February. And Rakeb has carried the legacy of helping people in homeless shelters by working with her family to establish the Kabeta Kub Dasta Girma Foundation, which just started. She says, quote, "His life taught me that the most sincere deeds are done with no lights or cameras and with no intent to self-gratify," unquote. And well, tonight we are happy to put you in front of the lights and camera to acknowledge you for all of your achievements. Rakeb will be headed to Duke University this fall. Let's give her a round of applause. And let's give a huge round of applause to all of our 4 student honorees. I'm now going to turn it over to our chairman to honor them with their awards.
Tafari Tadessa, please come forward. Society of Ethiopians established in Diaspora present to Tadessa Tafari recognition for your excellent academic performance and community services. May 28, 2017, Washington, D.C. Congratulations. I'm proud also to say that I go to the same church as Tafari does. And when he does his deacon's role, his voice is incredible. And I enjoyed it every minute so far. Thank you. You want to say a few words?
መጀመሪያ ያለኝን ሁሉ የሰጠኝ ፈጣሪን አመሰግነዋለሁ። ቀጥሎ ፈጣሪን እንዳቅ ያረጉኝ ሌሊት ያለ እንቅልፍ ቀን ያለ ረፍት ለደከሙልኝ ለአባቴና ለእናቴ ከፍ ያለ ምስጋና አቀርባለሁ። በድጋፋቸው በፍቅራቸው በምክራቸው ደግሞ እዚህ ላደረሱኝ ለመጡት እህቴ አያቴ እማማ አዲ መምጣት ላልቻሉትም ደግሞ ለያየ ላጎቶቼ ላክስቶቼ ለመላው ቤተሰቤ ከፍ ያለ ምስጋና አቀርባለሁ። I would like to thank my maker, my creator, for giving me this opportunity. I would like to thank my parents who work tirelessly every day. I would like to thank all my family, and I would like to thank Seed for giving me this opportunity. Thank you very much.